Make sure the frame looks good. How you like it? Everything looks.
These are in it.
Wow.
It looks good.
Looks good. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Excuse me.
All right, beautiful. Ready?
Wait.
I'm putting this down.
On pink.
Okay.
Where's our red flags and our fair play game?
It's all everything in the bag.
All right, well, let's put it out.
Do you want to?
It's mine. So I can reapply.
I definitely need to reapply, but I didn't even bring mine. I did bring it.
Did it?
All right.
Are you wearing your sunglasses?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll.
Is that okay?
Yeah,
I'm
it's
so
fine.
sensitive, but
Me too, but. Okay.
All right.
Wait. I think we're ready.
All right. Let's that cup there in out.
It's not. It's out. It's not in this.
Out.
It's out.
All right.
Okay.
Are we-
Wait. I need to like lean back a little bit. So I
here,
get-
you can see the mug. Here, wait, move your, oh, you're gonna do, okay.
Just put that. You can put that in the garbage. No, don't move around. I'll do it later.
What?
I don't want you walking around.
Right here. 3, 2. 2. All right. Here we go.
Or can you send it to Michelle? Shit,
Cup mic, cup mic, cup mic, where's cup mic, where's
I mean,
cup mic? Here we go.
hot mic
We might be live in
on.
Vimeo already, just by the way.
Here we go. Going live. Ready? 3, 2. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Shit, that could have been. Okay.
Welcome to
Welcome.
Good
Good
Day
Day
Live.
Live.
We are here in sunny California, enjoying a wonderful time outdoors at La La Land.
On Montana Avenue in Santa Monica. Cheers.
Cheers. We're cheersing a lot these
Yeah,
days.
we are. It's so fun.
It is so fun.
It's the holidays. We're taking the show on the road.
Exactly. We are so happy that you guys are joining us as we do go on the road. So,
It was very spontaneous.
It
I like the
was.
spontaneity of Andy and Natasha produced this show, and I got a text on the way to the studio saying, we're going on a field trip.
how fun.
How fun. But I'm
That
game.
is
I'm
pretty
game for that.
awesome.
Yeah, I love it.
It is fun. It's nice to be out and about and get to see this, enjoy this beautiful day because
Yeah.
it really is such a beautiful day. That's the one thing I love about
Living
being
here.
in Los Angeles
Yeah.
or even
California.
just
We're so
Southern
lucky.
California is that you have sunny weather through the winter.
Absolutely.
The sun might set super early,
Which I actually
but
like.
I do like it.
I like
sometimes
it
too.
because it gives you a reason and an excuse to chill out
Yeah.
earlier on.
Yeah.
Like I find in the winters, like I go to bed earlier. I mean, you know, I'm a night person. I'm a total night owl. So
completely. You know,
I-
I don't need
what?
I am an early person.
You're an early person. Yeah, no, we
So
have
I
like
don't need
opposite
any,
schedules.
I don't need any excuse.
Opposite schedules. When you're waking up, it's the middle of my night. I don't know what that is.
Anyway, let's just keep going.
We're live.
We're live.
We're
here.
live.
And
That's why you hear the doggies in the background.
which is so awesome. It's so wonderful. So tell me
Yes.
what
Sorry,
you
I was
love.
looking at the dogs.
I know,
They're so
tell
cute.
me what you love about
I wish I had
La
brought
La
my dog.
Land.
Okay, so La La Land is on Montana Avenue in Santa Monica, and Montana Avenue is absolutely my favorite place in all of Los Angeles. I always said when I was younger that I wanted to live north of Montana.
A little sunshine out of everybody here. You have
Yeah,
a little
we've got a little bit of sun. So I love this neighborhood. La La Land is very much a neighborhood coffee place. I like that we're supporting a small business. I love their message. They're all about bringing kindness back. You see, these are their
Yes.
gift cards. I love it. They have really fun. So like this is their this napkin. It says La La Land, of course, but then it also says the Kind Cafe. And on the box, it says, "Hello, gorgeous." It's just like a really fun place to come and hang out. Really good people watching. They have both indoor and outdoor seating, so that's always fun. Yeah, so anywhere I can sit outside, enjoy a really good cup of coffee, support a smaller business, really good people watching, and it's in like one of my favorite areas in all of Los Angeles. I'm more of a West Sider than an East Sider. People are very, it's like a thing. Like either you're an East Sider and you like Los Feliz and Pasadena and all.
Oh, did she? So yeah, let's just keep going here on this wonderful day. So yeah, people definitely are East and West Siders.
Yeah.
But I think it's one of the things about LA that's so beautiful is because there's so many different pockets in the city. But because of the traffic, once you get there, you have to kind of stay.
Yeah. Well, and also it is true that the traffic is not great here. But honestly, people, the traffic is not good in any city. So, anyways, yeah. So we're
awesome.
here. We're guest hosting this week. This is our 4th day together. We're in for Kyle and Michelle. So they're out enjoying their holiday break. So shout out to both Michelle and Kyle. Hope you guys are having fun with your families.
Yes,
and enjoying the holiday.
And we are looking forward to your return.
Yes, we're native Angelinos. They are not. So
I can't really say that.
Well,
I'm
that's
a
true. You're
native
really not a native Angel. I am truly.
My chosen family lives.
You're chosen. Yeah.
Lives in Los Angeles.
But I am. I'm a native California Valley girl. I like all of the stereotypes. Just like lay them on me.
Love it.
So love it. Yeah.
You're so not any of those
I'm
stereotypes.
not. Oh, thank you. Thank you for
Not
saying
only
that.
do we host the show together, but we
are friends. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
and it's good to be able to do this with you. It's been so fun to do this with you.
It has been
It
so
really
fun. I
has
hope
been
that
so
we
fun.
get to do this
more.
more.
I know, not that we're replacing you, Michelle and Kyle,
No, but maybe we can have another.
Yeah.
We can have another something different.
Yeah,
for the
something
two of
different.
us, 'cause
And if and when they're not able to be here,
we can
always step in because we enjoy it. Yeah, we enjoy it.
Exactly.
So, but anyways, this is really fun. So we're here on location.
All kitted out in La La Land.
Yes, yes, totally. And I was saying that I love being out on location. I think it's so fun. I love being like with the people and in the gorgeous weather, like you were talking about.
When I texted you this morning, I literally was thinking, because Andy and I were like talking about what should we do today, and we were like, because we also thought Bree was coming. So
I know.
like,
she'll be here tomorrow. She's gonna do on the street stuff tomorrow.
That's fine. We were like, oh well, we could do this and we could do that, and we're figuring it out.
Yeah.
And when I was texting you, I was like, hey, you're definitely a game for anything, whatever I
I'm game for
suggest.
anything. Yeah, I really am. I'm here for it. Just because I think it's like, there are very few things that I won't try, And I genuinely believe, and we've talked about this, that you don't gain if you don't ask and you don't try, right? Like you have to put yourself out there and take chances. The worst thing that's going to happen is someone's going to say no, or you can't do this.
That is the worst thing.
That's the worst thing. But if you don't ask or you don't go, you definitely won't get it. Whereas if you do, there's a possibility you might.
Yeah.
So
you got to be in it to win it, isn't that what they say?
Totally. And this was my year of yes. You know how you were talking about that you have which I love where you pick a word. So I think you should explain this again, because we're getting closer to the new year and I'm going to totally take on this tradition. I hope you don't mind. I'm going to borrow it. But my only question for you is, can I have the same word 2 years in a row?
Of course.
Okay, so explain what it is, because I love your tradition.
Many years ago, wow, this is many, many years ago, I want you to eat.
Oh. Okay. Go ahead. Explain.
So, so many years ago, I read this. I don't even remember what it was, a book or an essay or something. I discovered this one. Everyone makes resolutions for the new year, and no one really ever sticks to them.
Never. Like, what's the percentage that by February 1st
I think it was 90-something%.
Yeah,
everyone's
it's crazy. Done. Forget it. Like, what's the point of even making it? Because you're setting yourself up for failure, by the way.
Yeah, you are. And then that just reinforces so many things about yourself and thoughts and beliefs and all of that. So,
I'm kind of hot. I might actually take my sweater off.
Oh, that's
crazy.
So yeah, it kind of reinforces that. So you got to set yourself up for success. So when you have,
Yeah.
things that you succeed in, but I also find like making resolutions is silly. I think.
Yeah.
Because why do you have to wait
To the first of the year.
for the first
Yeah.
of the year or for December 31st to do that? You can just do it anytime. Like, I want to make a resolution today. There we go. I've made the resolution.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then
and
you stick to
also,
it.
sorry, not to interrupt you, but you also were telling me, I want you to finish explaining
Yeah.
the whole thing, but then also when you were telling me yesterday about Natasha Graziano and what she does every day, which I think is so unbelievable. Shout out to her for
That's good.
what?
Yeah.
For what she does. So let's talk about all of that, because I think
Yeah, yeah.
I do think like these are ways to change habits, and that's actually what New Year's resolutions are about. But like, as you and I have talked about off camera and a little bit on camera, to truly change your habits, you have to make a conscious effort to do it every day, right? Like, it's not like a once a year type thing. Okay, so go on. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
So I read this thing and she was like, why don't you rather have like a essence of the year? That's what it is. It's like and have an essence of the year for the year, and with that essence, you pick a word. It could be a saying. Actually, give a shout out because I think Andy and I were listening to a podcast the other day, and someone else was talking about something similar.
Who was it?
Kevin was saying he
yeah.
does something similar. I think
Yeah.
you were with
Yeah.
us. So we were. That's. So I read this thing. You kind of feel it, and you come up with a word, or you think about what the things that you want to achieve, and the outcomes you want for the year ahead, and you come up with a word that's going to sum that up, and then you feel it out in January because you don't commit. I've had that happen.
Where you commit too soon.
No, I changed my word in the middle of
Oh
January.
yeah, so I was going to ask you actually. I was going to ask you if you've ever changed your word mid.
So, yeah, and then
and
on the
so wait,
1st of February,
sorry, I'm going to interrupt you
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
So when you say you feel it out, how do you do that? Like, do you go into every day with intentionally saying that word and
Yeah,
seeing
so
like you want to act on it,
I
or
wanna
and then
act
feel
on
like
it and feel
if it feels
and-
good, if it doesn't feel good? We're live, people. We're getting some notes from producer.
Oh, we got such an awesome message from Michelle. Love watching you both. XOXO.
Aw, thank you.
Thanks for filling in for me and Carl. You're doing a great job. Well, Michelle, we do miss you and can't wait for you to be back. And I hope you are having a wonderful
Healthy,
time.
fun, enjoyable time.
And yeah, so we will be in the hot seat until
you guys are
back
in
and
the
then
game.
we will figure out our own little thing to do because we definitely have to
we're having fun.
we're having way too much fun doing this.
Yeah.
We have to continue doing it.
Maybe we'll have. Oh, I know what we're gonna do.
What?
Oh, we're gonna do the bar show.
Oh yeah.
Friday Night Live.
I can't do that every.
No, Friday Night Live.
I can't do it every Friday though.
What? Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
We'll
we
figure
have
it
a good
out.
idea for a show. We're very excited about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you
and
feel
we
out the
definitely something
word.
more than once a week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So fill out the word.
Okay.
So whatever the word is, so as I was explaining to
Yes.
the story, is that the first year I did this, my year was love. So yeah,
Yeah.
I go into the day and I intention, and I think about it, and I think about is this sitting with my outcomes that I want for the year?
Yeah.
Is this sitting with the things that I want to achieve globally in my life?
So do you write down what you want, what your global
Well,
goals
like I said to you,
are?
for many years I didn't
Yeah.
do that. So
Yeah.
previously, when I first started doing this, yeah, I do, and
Okay.
now I do it. So I
Okay.
have big global goals that I want to do.
Yeah.
And I have, as of today, adopted the Natasha Graziano thing. By the way,
You have?
Yeah.
I love it. I love
And,
it. Tell our viewers what the Natasha Graziano thing
so-
is, because it's awesome. So shout out to you, Natasha. I love it. And
She writes
this
out-
Natasha has already taken it on, and I'm going to do it also.
She writes out her goals every day. So like we are, so you guys know how impactful that is. It means that you are physically writing it, you thinking it and seeing it as you're doing that. And probably if you even say it as you're writing
And
it
it's
out,
so top of
that means you're
mind.
speaking it and hearing it, and it just
Right.
keeps it top of mind.
Yeah,
those
so
are,
top of mind for the day. So she does it
Yeah.
every day in the morning, and you said she writes out 3, right?
She writes out all her goals. I don't know exactly.
Oh,
how
okay.
many.
So how many did you write out?
I wrote out like 4 goals. The 4 goals
Okay.
that I've decided, like outcomes. I
your
don't
word-
like to use the word
Okay.
goals. I like to use the word outcomes.
Yeah, I like that actually. I like that more.
There's still a few that I'm settling on for
That's
for
fair.
the next
That's fair.
period of
Yeah.
time. But So what was I going to say? Oh, so yes, you fill out the word, and then on the 1st of February, I do this very girly ritual thing, like completely magical. I make it magical. I usually.
I love it. I like the new. You have to explain that. I love it. I'm gonna do it.
I usually buy a new pair of shoes
Love it.
to
commemorate
the moment,
the grandiosity of
of the moment.
Yes, we will. We're in the middle of a story. Producer Andy, we got time.
And then I cross the threshold of my door and I say, this is the year of, and I usually wear something like different and like dress a little special that day, and I go, this is the year of whatever.
I love it. So are you starting to think about what your word is going to be for this year?
And I haven't
now,
actually got it nailed down.
Oh, you do?
I do
Oh,
not.
you do not. Okay, and so do you tell people your word?
Yeah,
You do.
You know, as we've come to also speak about this over time, is that I've become, with certain things, more open about my journey.
Yeah, I know. I love that.
Not
I love
about
that you've been
all the
able to do
details,
that.
but I am definitely more open about my journey and the things that are
how you've grown from it.
I've grown from it, and also like things that, like, if I didn't share it with you, you would never know about it.
Right. And it's such a huge part of you. It's such a huge part of what makes you you.
No,
right?
but I mean, like, even the little thing, like this stupid the year of the whatever.
Yeah.
Having a word for the year.
Yeah.
Like,
I
if
love
didn't
it.
share
It's
that
not
with you,
stupid. It's not. I love it. No, I know. I love that. So yeah. So I'm gonna do that. I'm really excited about the shoe thing. I'm gonna go. Do you want to go shoe shopping together to get our shoes together? That would be really fun.
Well, maybe we'll take Life 2.0 on the
Oh,
street.
that would be so fun. Let's do it. So yeah. So I'm gonna totally do that, and I think I know. I think I'm gonna, because I've been saying like this is my year of yes, but I only really started doing that like I would say maybe 4 or 5 months ago. Because I started it around, I kind of tied it to the beginning of the school year, right?
Yeah.
Because that's actually, I actually think about my schedule more in the school year calendar because of my other job. You know, when I'm working with families, I'm so heavier in the school during the school year. So that's kind of how I think about my own personal calendar as well. So anyway, so in September I decided this year was going to be my year of yes. Like anything that came my way, I was going to say yes to it.
How are you defining that? Because I had like I had 2 rules that I had for my year of the yes.
So essentially any opportunity that comes my way, anything that is presented to me as a, do you want to try this? Whether it's something like a new restaurant or even a new type of food, which is like on the smaller scale, to something like this. When you guys were like, do you want to guest co-host? And I had never done this. I was like, sure, let's try it. Or like when I did the red carpet interview for Rock to Recovery, I had never done that before. And I was really like, honestly kind of nervous that I was going to have to do like 50 plus interviews, like back to back to back to back. But I said, I was like, sure. Like, you know, when producer Andy sent me the text and said, is this something you're interested in? I didn't even hesitate. I was like, I'm going to figure it out. However, it does not apply to dating. So, let's be clear. It does not. I am not saying yes to every guy that asks me on a date. To a lot of them, but not to all of them, for obvious reasons. Yeah. So, but yeah, and even like I've tried to have it roll over into like life with my girls as well, and do things with them that have been like new and interesting. Kind of like what you have also done with Dylan with the acrobatics, which I beyond love that you guys have done.
You guys should come with us one Sunday.
I know, I would love to. I really would. I would love to. I think it'd be really fun to like get out there and try it. And
even if it goes don't, even if
just to like hang out and I actually think, and my girls love to be on the beach, so I think that they would love it.
Yeah.
Lexi will no doubt show up with like 3 or 4 of her friends because she's like just a social butterfly.
and they will all love.
And they'll probably love. So they'll come in their athleisure wear.
Yeah. And it is. I've missed it. I haven't been for a few weeks. I've missed.
Have you?
I've missed them. Yeah.
So what were your rules when you did the year of yes?
Anything that I hesitated on, I'd say yes.
Okay.
And anything that is an instinctual gut reaction to say no, I said no to.
You did. Okay.
But anything that was a maybe or let me think about it was a
yes. Okay. Yeah. You know, it's interesting that you say that because I was sitting here thinking, like, is there anything that maybe I shouldn't have? I haven't had anything that has been an instinctual, like, gut no right off the bat, which is so interesting. I mean...
I was
You're in a different place. Yeah.
Many years,
So anyway, the reason why I asked that question about having the same word a second time, because I want to keep going with it. I'm feeling.
So kind of like, so there could be like, it could be this. I mean, you only started it in September, so there's
Right.
many opportunities for you to still experience and
Yeah.
for you. So I would probably go
Hold
with
on
that.
to it, right?
But the whole thing for me with the year of the whatever
Yeah.
is to build on it from year to year, so not
Yeah.
lose that.
Yeah, that's true.
No, don't.
So how could I build on it and keep going? Like, what do you think would be a good word if I didn't want to have the same word? I know I'm putting Natasha
No,
on the
you're
spot.
not, because I'm thinking about it. I would say
Acceptance?
acceptance is more about like
Accepting.
accepting. It's more about.
Right.
It's not really about saying
Right,
yes.
saying yes, yeah.
But
Conquer?
the things that came to the two
Yeah.
words that came to mind:
Mhm.
embrace opportunity.
But that's 2 words. Does that count?
I just don't think that.
It's okay. Okay. Because you're setting the rules for this. I'm following your rules of this game. Not that it's like a game, but it's real, clearly.
Well, it's the game of life.
It's a game. I love that. It's the
That's
game
it.
of life.
Yes.
I love that. Yes, in practice. Okay. Wait, what did you just say? Embracing
Embraced, or like something to do.
possibility? Is that what you said? Embrace.
Opportunity.
Opportunity. That I like that.
Just kind of unlike me.
Well, I feel like you personally, because we are friends offline,
Yeah.
and I feel like you have had so much personal and professional growth in the last 4 months, 4 to 6 months, and
Oh, well, this
and
is
some
the-
big things that have happened too, and so I feel like there's a lot to think about as far as moving forward.
Yeah, that's why I also
right?
don't really know what my outcomes for next year are.
Yeah, I get
Because
that.
There's
I
a
get
lot. There's a lot of incredible things that have happened, and there's a lot of stressful things that are going on.
Yeah.
And I,
Which is
I
life.
just,
That is
and also
life.
like we were speaking about, that I haven't done this. I need to work this muscle. I want to be very, as Randy Garn would say, very intentional.
Yes,
About
intention, yes.
what I am putting out there for the coming months. And
Yes.
it's not that it happens to be the new year. It's just that I have learned to, or I've been shown to do this regularly. It's
Uh-huh.
not something that you just do at the new year. It's
Yeah.
something you should be doing.
Again and again.
Again and
like,
again.
well, and it's actually, we talked about this yesterday, like checking in with yourself,
Yeah.
right? Like it's important to be checking in. Sorry, I was hot. We're
I
sitting
love
with
it.
like the sun behind us, which is crazy. It's like in the high 60s here, but we have the sun on our back.
And it's
And it's
beautiful.
beautiful here. Yeah, I mean, I think what's so important, I think there are 2 pieces that are so important to this. I think one, it's setting intention and doing things intentionally. And then I think it's checking in, right?
Yeah.
And resetting. And I actually can't remember if this conversation we had on camera yesterday or if we had it off camera, but how on
Everything's games.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. You know the things.
yeah,
that
no,
don't
yeah,
on camera,
yeah.
So it's okay.
But like when, like on the path of life, that
Yeah.
you're constantly coming off the path, and so
Yeah.
you're constantly resetting. But when you reset, you don't go back to what was before. You adjust to what you now know in the present and move forward with that. So it's like, if this is your original path, which is my straight arm, and then you veer off, and then you come back and like, now this is your path forward, like that's
Yeah.
still a path forward. It's just
Well,
not the original path.
It doesn't necessarily mean that there's a path. It means
Right.
that is the
It's a
outcome that
journey.
you want to
Yeah.
achieve, and there are multiple ways
of
to
getting
get
there. Yeah, it's so interesting because so
Because the
Lexi.
direct path, sorry.
Yeah.
and
No,
the-
that's okay.
The direct path sometimes isn't
Well, and I think
isn't
that,
the way.
and I think the direct path probably almost never is the way. I
Yeah.
think that's the journey of life, is that things are constantly kind of taking us off of that track, And I think that, like we were talking yesterday about drama and how like things come up in life and you constantly have to readjust and reassess and figure out what your long-term plan is. And I think that's so important.
It is so important.
Yeah.
And thanks, Michelle. We would love to do the bar show, so keep watching for that. And we are enjoying our time at La La Land. And
We are.
So you just have a good holiday season too. What were we saying? Oh,
The path of life, the game of life,
The game.
and drama. That was my. I was thinking more about that conversation we had yesterday. I can't remember if it was off camera or not. I think it was off. I think we were off camera at that point. No.
I think we
were we on?
We were
Talking about
on,
how.
we're still on.
Oh yeah, maybe it was one of the red flags.
It was one of our red
when
flags.
I was like, when in the profile, when the man says they're allergic to drama. Like, have you not lived?
Well, not even that. Do you not have a child?
Yeah, do you, like, there's drama in life, people. It's how you get through it. It's how you process it. It's how you learn and grow from it, right?
Yes.
Right, okay. This is what we...
Sorry, I don't like this on the floor.
Oh, thank you. Okay. Here, I'll put it over here. We'll just move things around a little bit. We're live.
We are live,
Live.
yeah, at La La Land. So guys, if you're
Live
just joining
at La La
us,
Land.
we are Good Day Live on Sway TV, live on Amazon Live, and we are here at La La Land, and we're about to tuck into our box. I mean, how cool is this? It says La La Land Kind Cafe.
And you turn it
And then
around
you're
and it
gonna turn
says...
it around, and you know why it's called Kind Cafe? It's so awesome. They have it says "Hello, gorgeous." Well, I am feeling gorgeous today. How about you?
Absolutely.
So let's.
So
get
they
in.
are known for their avocado toast, their coffees, of course, and their avocado toasts. And so,
Oh, look at
but
that!
look, I actually,
yeah. That is
I am not going to be able to eat this because it has chili flakes on it. But it looks delicious.
Delicious that is.
How gorgeous is that? So this is an avocado toast.
Can we take some chili flakes off for you?
Yeah, I'll brush them aside and then
Yeah.
But so it's got, I almost said guacamole. It's got avocado and kind of, but better. Avocado burrata cheese, which is absolutely my favorite cheese. A little bit of truffle oil, which
So
I
good.
like.
Me too.
I mean, I love
doesn't like it?
Although I have a really good friend who hates truffle anything. So like, and it's kind of like she's a good friend, so we go out a lot, and I always want to be like, do you want to share this pasta with like the truffle shavings? And she's like, no. But yeah, and then there are red chili flakes on here, which
You don't eat chili, so this
I
is
don't
I'm
eat
learning something new
chilies.
about
Yeah,
you.
I don't. You know what? Because I actually, I have a hard time with spices. It upsets my stomach a little bit. So I have to be very careful of, like, I can do moderate spice, but this would, I think, send my stomach into a bit of a tizzy. But that's okay, because look, I was able to brush some of it off,
Yes.
and I'm gonna cut into it. It smells divine.
Smells so good.
You can smell the truffle. You can smell.
And the cheese looks delicious.
I know.
That was also one of my favorite cheeses when I ate
Really? Okay, so how long has it been since you... So Natasha has a very special... I hate using the word diet, even though it's like, because it's not a diet, but like...
I don't think it's special.
It is. You take very good care of yourself. Yes. No, you do. You like eat way more healthy
what
than
do you
I do. Okay. Should I try it?
Try it.
Okay.
Yes.
Ready?
Try it.
Oh my God, that is so good. That is really good. I wish you could have some.
What did you get? Regular bread or the gluten-free one? The
I got regular.
Oh, that's fine.
But because you wouldn't have the cheese, would
I would
you?
have tasted the side of it, but I
Oh.
don't eat. I'm
Oh.
I'm not hungry right now.
It's really yummy.
So now I'm just I have decided it's
Yes.
been a long time actually. So
Yeah.
I stopped dairy,
Yeah.
most dairy.
Do you miss it?
No, not at all.
Do you eat eggs, or you're completely vegan?
No, I eat fish.
Okay. Oh, okay. I don't know why I thought you were vegan.
No.
Oh, okay.
I was long time
Okay.
ago.
Do you eat eggs?
Very occasionally.
Okay.
But I used to eat them until I read one of the
Mm.
Bible, one of those massive textbooks I gave you today.
One of 3 that I'm gonna read over winter break.
And I
shouldn't talk with my mouth full.
So you know I'm the audiobook person. Those audiobooks are 30 hours long.
Oh, can't even. Oh my God. That is crazy.
I've done multiple of them.
So
But there's a lot
Natasha
of
gave me 3 books.
There's a lot of recipes.
Each
and
one
stuff.
is this thick, and they're like big books, like big.
I'm supposed to read them all in the next week.
I'm giving you a lot of homework. You got Prosper, you got that.
I have lots. I have lots of stuff to do.
So one of the things.
This is
So
so
I
good. I'm gonna-
knew I wanted to stop dairy.
Okay.
Like, I wanted to stop it. I just
because for health reasons.
yeah. I think that it's not that.
Yeah.
For myself,
Yes.
because I say this to Dylan all the time,
Yeah.
because I don't want him to have like food issues, and I also
Yeah.
want him to understand that, like, it's okay, for other people it's okay,
Yeah.
but for me, I have a different set of standards for myself,
Right.
and part of that is making sure that my body is healthy and strong, and so there's a number of things. So I just didn't think that dairy
So
was
good.
that healthy. I don't think it's that healthy for you. And
It's
I've always-
not. It's been proven that it's not. But I
So-
can't give it up. I love it so much.
That's
I
the
love
thing
it.
is I loved it so much and
I
I,
love it.
couldn't. And my favorite thing to have was a cappuccino.
Should we keep this here? A what?
A
A cappuccino.
Favorite thing every day on my way to work, every single day.
Did
in
you
South
make it, or
Africa.
you- oh, you-
no,
you
I
picked
used
it
to
up?
stop at my favorite coffee. I was like a coffee.
What was
snob.
it called? Your
Um,
favorite coffee place?
It was called.
Do you remember?
I remember the branding was red and white, and the name was with a V. There was like something Vida or Vida
Pure-
Cafe.
Oh, okay. I was
Vida
gonna say Pura Vida.
No,
That would be in
Vida
Costa Rica.
But it's and it was just absolutely delicious. And and
Thank you.
no. Oh, I've got an idea.
Yes. What's your idea? Oh, there we
Oh,
go.
I wasn't even going to do that.
Perfect.
I was going to do
Okay.
something different.
Fabulous.
Okay. I was going to turn this upside down.
Fabulous.
Thank you.
Thank you. I don't know if it's
How
in the
does it-
frame though. So like, and it was this thing, and it was a thing my mom and I used to.
Well, better.
It was like a thing my mom and I used to do together. So
Yeah.
it kind of always like it had the sentimental attachment to it.
Yes.
But I could never stop it. Just never ever stop it. I was like,
Even after you stopped dairy.
yeah. So I no. And then I love cheese. Cheese was like my.
What was your favorite cheese?
burrata and parmesan and any cheese? I loved it. Even plain old sharp cheddar. Like I would eat it.
I love sharp cheddar. Sharp cheddar, I think, is actually one of the best cheese. It's delicious.
It's delicious.
It's delicious. Yeah.
I had like a moment, like that defining moment.
Yeah.
I was just like, I'm never eating. Like literally
Again?
threw my
You just
coffee in the garbage and I was done.
Really?
And I was not having dairy again. And then well, at least the lattes and the cappuccinos and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And I cut out milk, but the cheese took me a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Then the other reason is that I have a very pronounced, unpleasant reaction to it. So I don't have the function on one of my vocal cords.
Mm-hmm.
So sounds awful, but it does. Dairy produces mucus, and it just sits on my vocal
Sits,
cord.
yeah,
So
yeah.
there's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah.
So I go like
Yeah. Constantly if you're. Yeah.
constantly, and I didn't even realize that was the problem until I stopped dairy, and this
And
cough-
it just went away.
and this incessant cough went away.
It's so crazy.
I thought I was gonna live with it
Forever.
that cough, because it happened because of something, and then I just thought, okay, well that's just the way my life is going to be, and I stopped dairy. And if I have dairy now, like if like Dylan's birthday, and I have a piece of cake or
Yeah.
whatever, and I get that, then I'm like, yeah,
What happens if you have like, so if you have, let's say, like a scone that's not a dairy-free scone, so there's like some butter in it, is it the same thing? Like you have that pronounced of a reaction?
no, I mean I'd have to have a little bit of quite a bit of it.
Yeah.
Like if I had a block of chocolate, I don't think anything would happen to me.
Okay.
But I just feel like internally there's things that you don't realize that go on in your body
Yeah.
that you might not have, because you actually are going to have a physical reaction if you have a large amount of it.
Mhm.
There must be something happening if you're having
Right.
a small amount of it.
Right. Oh yeah. No, for sure. Well, and I think a lot of it has to do with the inflammation in our body
Yeah.
and how our, our internal systems react to the different things that we put in it. I sometimes have this picture in my mind of like what was available in caveman days? Because whatever they were able to eat in caveman days must be okay, because it was before food was processed or before there was hybrid stuff. People were growing crazy things, right? But like our bodies were potentially made for like that diet, you know? But
Well, that's the
there
whole
was no
paleo
dairy.
concept.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there was not dairy. I mean, there was no
So
right?
we are the only animal that eats another animal's dairy, another mammal's dairy, and we are the only mammal that continues dairy after our child has been weaned.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I did not know that. That is a really interesting fact. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So all mammals, you know,
Yeah.
feed.
Right.
And
Dairy in the beginning.
dairy, and then once they wean, they'll never
Never
eat it
again.
again. And yeah.
That's interesting. It says something that it is something that we give to our children when they're born, because it is good for brain health. There are certain nutrients in the dairy and that, you know, in the milk that's good for the growth of the brain. Yeah, brain
Yeah.
growth in the beginning. So how did you? So this is another part, because
Okay.
there are parts of like there are times where I would like to go dairy free. I don't know that I could ever stop eating cheese, but I could definitely see myself like not doing lattes with milk and not having cereal with milk or making oatmeal with milk. How did you? Because there are so many milk substitutes now, right? And I feel like they're constantly coming out with more milk substitutes. It's like in the beginning it was just soy. There was
Yeah.
like soy milk or nothing, which we now know that like soy is not great.
Yeah, I wouldn't drink soy.
Yeah, like soy is not good to drink like that much of. And I'm talking. So did you try all of them, or like did you
So
just
kind
start
of-
with one and stick with it?
Coconut,
Totally agree.
the coconut overwhelms the flavor.
Yeah.
Almond for me is pretty neutral.
Okay.
I think I might have tasted the almond, and it was close to kind of
What
the
it
same
seemed,
texture,
yeah.
feeling, taste.
Yeah.
I have recently tasted macadamia nut.
Yeah.
It
And
is so good. You can't get it everywhere. though.
really? Yeah, I have never
So
seen that
good.
in like a cafe or.
Yeah.
Do you? I wonder if you can buy it yet at like Whole Foods.
I haven't
or
seen it. I have been looking because it
where
was
did you
absolutely delicious.
you tasted it like at a cafe or
At
something?
a cafe, they had
Yeah.
a bit. The only reason I tried it is because I also try and, you know, try not to have as much sugar as. I try not to have sugar,
Right.
And occasionally I will. The other thing is that I've also come to realize is that I still live a life. I still go to restaurants.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I still hang out with my friends.
Yeah.
I still want to experience life, so I'm not like obsessive
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
But if I'm in my own kitchen
And you can control it.
and I can control it,
Yeah.
I absolutely will.
Yeah.
And I control the things that I can when I'm
when you can.
yeah.
And I actually think that is such a healthy way, a healthy perspective of incorporating anything into your life, right? Like, I think one of the areas where we get into a little bit of trouble is when we become so fundamentalist about something and we put it on other people,
Yeah.
right? Or even not force on other people, but it creates a barrier for you in your own life, right? Like not able to go out with friends
Yeah.
or and I have definitely seen that with friends that I have or family members that I have in whatever in eating, but also in other aspects of life, you know? And so I've always said for myself and also for my children from a time they were really young, like you control what you can control,
Yeah.
you know? Like if you only eat, like for the most part, I would say my home is about 75 to 85% organic
Yeah.
and like GMO free. But when we leave the threshold of our home, the world does not function that way.
Yeah.
Certainly when we get on a plane and leave LA, the world does not function that way.
Not at all.
At all. And so it's important for me and for them to not feel like we can't participate in whatever it is we want to participate in. So we're very, you know, I've always said like exactly what you're saying, that control what you can control so that it is for you
Yeah.
and not for other people. And beyond that, it is what it is.
I mean, if I was in health crisis,
Right.
that would be a different story.
Right.
But I'm not.
Yeah.
And
Thank God.
and every year, thank God, and every year, and every time I learn more, I do, and I take on something else. Because I'm not only about the learning; I'm actually about integrating it into my life.
Right.
And so maybe I'll take on that something, you know,
I feel
another
like
thing,
there's
or I'll do something else, or I'll reduce this some more, and maybe in time to come, like in years to come, I'll be like, okay, yeah, it's not. I don't want to go to a place where I can't eat something that's not on my diet.
right.
But at this time, I'm like, okay, yeah, like, you know.
So what does Dylan do? Does he?
So Dylan eats. I let him eat whatever he wants.
Yeah.
But there's certain things, like he has the extractor smoothie every day.
He does, which is delicious, by the
He
way.
has the
I had more
extractor
this morning.
It's good.
So good.
He drinks lemon water. He has a bone broth shake. We call it. It's chocolate flavored, so we call the chocolate
Chocolate shake,
vitamins.
yeah.
And he can do whatever he wants. But I'll say to him, he'll say, "Mommy, can you have ice cream with me?" And I'll say, "You know what, baby, it's good for some people. It's not good for me." Or, "Mommy, are you going to eat pizza with me?" You know, Mommy doesn't eat gluten. It's not good for me. You know,
Yeah.
things like that. And I stipulate that it might be good for other people, but it's not good for me.
Right.
And Dylan said to me a little while ago, and he says, "Mommy, I think I want to be gluten free."
Oh, really?
I'm not sure he
Interesting.
understands what that means, but then he asked me, he said, "Mommy, do potatoes have gluten in it? Mommy, do French fries have gluten?"
Yeah, he was trying to figure it out.
He was trying to figure it
Yeah.
out, so it was very.
Yeah, I
very
love that
good.
he's
And-
trying to actually take an active role in his own health.
Yeah.
That's actually really cool.
So, and I do, and I will, you know, where I can, I, you know, get like cauliflower-based pizza and the cereal that he gets, he doesn't. I won't give him like cereal and things like that. I will give him. He has. You know, it's got no sugar in it, and it's got no this, and it's got no that, and all of these
Yeah.
things. I mean, he doesn't really like it because in other people's homes he gets to eat like Cocoa Pops and Fruit Loops. But I'm like, it's not like, as I said, in my home I can
right.
control
Yeah,
what
you
I
can control it. Totally. Yeah.
So yeah, that's what he does.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, but it's a journey, you know. It is definitely a journey. But I also, you know, as you were saying, you didn't think you can stop cheese.
I haven't
So-
found a cheese substitute that I
also
like.
haven't.
I have found substitutes for everything, for like salami, bologna, bacon. I have found literally substitutes for anything where if I was gonna go vegan, I
Yeah.
could do it, except for cheese.
So I wasn't sure that I was going to be able to do it either, and then I decided that I was going to. So I did that big cleanse.
Yeah.
At the beginning of 2021.
Yeah.
And I tell you, because I was mostly gluten and dairy free prior to that.
Okay.
For a number of years, but mostly.
Okay. Okay.
So there probably wasn't a 2-week period where I
Yeah.
wasn't having one of those things.
Okay.
So maybe every 2 weeks I was having something that did involve those things. So my body never really experienced what it was like not to have it.
Yeah.
And then I went for like, I did like a 30-day, not a cleanse, but just sides.
I think it's well, and I
Is
think
that if
that's
you give-
what's so important.
If you give your body the right environment, it will heal itself.
100%. And you know who has said that to me over and over is my friend Sherry, who I'm going to bring on to the show after the first of the year. She's the one who I want to do like a total overhaul on me, because I think I'm going to be beyond overwhelmed to do it myself. So I'm hoping that she'll help. But so she has done this. She has a whole business around going into people's homes and basically overhauling their life, mainly from a nutrition standpoint. But she talks about other things as well. But she says the same thing, because where she started, her journey started basically with GMO-free foods probably about a decade ago. And it's so interesting because she was the first person who said that to me. She said, under the best of circumstances, if you're putting good foods into your body wants to be healthy and whole, and will heal itself. Like you can get back to a place of really good, strong health based on what you're feeding your body. And I think people don't really think about that.
I don't think about that.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've read so many stories and books and people who have done these miraculous things because they just changed.
They
They
changed,
did
yeah.
an overhaul.
Yeah, yeah.
They did an absolute overhaul, and which is, and I think that's a kind of what we were saying yesterday. I don't know if we said it off camera or on camera, but you know, the same as the brain. Like you said something about feeling safe.
Yes.
Like these people
Yeah.
feeling safe, and I think that's the same thing. It's
It
like
is, yeah.
giving that is the safe space.
Yeah.
Whether it's for your body or for your mind or for whatever it is, your emotions, it's giving them a safe space in order to rebuild
yeah.
and then heal.
Well, and you know, the foundation of all this is like neural growth. like our cells and our neuron, right? They're constantly dividing, and we're constantly creating there's new cellular structure and regrowth happening all the time. And we don't think about that. You know, we don't think about the fact that like our body internally is actually rebirthing like every day. It's like we're regrowing neural connections, cellular separation and regrowth. And I think because we can't see it, we don't pay attention to it. We only pay attention.
Completely different body.
Totally. Yeah. To do if you're not in LA. The other thing about being in LA is there's so many places you can buy like prepped, ready to go. Whereas in other places, you have to do more of the cooking and the juicing.
Nothing wrong with doing that, though.
Yeah, no, it's actually, I think, better if you do it yourself. But for people who have busy lifestyles, you know, sometimes being able to just pop into a place like a juice place or so I don't know. Yeah. So I'm thinking about cutting out some dairy, and I have actually cut out almost all chicken. I really don't eat chicken. I eat red meat maybe twice a month, if that.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything wrong with eating it.
I do that because I was anemic in college, and I don't want to become anemic again. And I've had like bouts with it since college, and I don't feel good when I'm, and I know there are other ways, and I've talked to doctors about other ways instead of red meat, but I enjoy it.
Yeah,
and
I don't think this. So I became a vegetarian when I was 8 years old.
Really? Was very anemic, and I passed out a few times, and my doctors were like, it's, at the time there weren't as many options. What? Closed. Oh. So then in my early 20s, I started eating.
Yeah.
I started first with chicken, and then I did red meat, and I did fish. You come into the frame. Look at these beautiful flowers. So this is Ella. Her company is Tears of Joy Flowers. Yes. You're based out of Los Angeles. Mm-hmm. Yes. And do you sell Pandemic?
I was working in like retail and just doing stock of things, and I was like, man, I need to find something else. Like
creative, like you said.
Creative, and I had time. So me and my ex were just like, let's put together flowers, and they ended up being really cute, and we're like, what are we gonna do with all these flowers? Let's go sell them. And then it was ever since then, and now I work at a flower shop that actually found from selling these. So the guy who owns the flower shop met me, and then he saw everything. So it was like a walking resume with my little, he was like, okay, cool. Yeah. So now I still do it on my days off though, because there's something about like doing it yourself, going to the market, putting it all together.
Yes.
Mm-hmm, yes.
So how often do you go to the market? We're talking about the flower market, which is downtown for people who do not know, and it's where the florists buy their flowers wholesale, but it is also open to the public, and it is a gem of a find.
It makes me happy.
What'd you say?
Going there makes me happy.
Totally. It smells so good.
It's so nice. So I go like early. So today I try and miss traffic, so I got there at 5 a.m. And then
sleep still?
Yes. And I get everything in bulk, and then I, try and get some good deals, and then ever since 5 a.m. it's just like go time, because I want to get out here by noon. Okay. Catch some people. I love the weekends because it's so busy, but sometimes I'll have a random day off and I'm like, just go. Yeah. It's always scary before you go because it's like you're putting yourself out there so much, but
I love that you're doing that. We were actually just talking about this is like my year of yes, where I'm like saying yes to opportunities and embracing change, and that's what you're doing. And I love that, when you said you're feeling like you don't want to go, like you just push yourself to do it.
Yes, you just have to like get up and go, because it's going to feel weird. It's going to feel scary. Yeah. You're talking to like random people, but I'm like, it's fine. It's good. And it pays off. At the end of the day, I'm like happy. I'm like, okay, I did it. It feels good. And it's always worth it.
Is this your full-time job now?
So I have the floral job too. It's all flowers. So every day it's flowers. Yeah. So this is just like my part-time little thing that I do, but it definitely is my passion for sure. So
it doesn't feel like work because it's a passion?
Yes. Sometimes at 5 a.m. when I'm like, oh, I don't want to go and it's cold, but I do it. And then like once they're made, it's just fun. It's fun talking to people once they get out here. Yeah.
So do you have a number in mind of how many bouquets you make every day?
I try and shoot for 10.
Okay.
just because I'm like, that will give me a few hours out like around towns and stuff, because usually around like sunset time I like to pack up. But I'm pretty successful, I'd say. Today I made 11 because I always get left with one, because it's like, what people are probably like, what are you doing on the side of the road with one flower? But sometimes I sell the last one, and that's like the best feeling.
Yeah, when you're like out of flowers.
Out. I don't want to see any in my house. I'm like, let's sell them all.
I bet your house is amazingly like beautiful and covered with like fresh flowers all the time,
Yes,
right?
If I have any extras, I'm really into plants right now too, so that's also something I want to get into. I love.
What kind of plants?
Lately, I've been obsessed with like the elephant ears. I don't know if that's the right, but and there's different colors. There's anything tropical. I'm from Hawaii, so yeah.
What island?
Maui. The beach, like there's nothing better than that. I think that would be nice. I went on a date one time on a hike, and I do not recommend that as a first date.
Because then you're stuck with the person.
So many people recommend hike for the first date. No.
Red flag. Red flag. Big red flag.
You can't.
You're sweating. You're out of breath.
Out in the middle of
Nowhere.
That's like you're stuck there. You're stuck out in the middle of nowhere with a complete stranger. Firstly, it's unsafe.
No good exit plan. Like we're all about making sure there's like an exit plan and you're in public and you're safe. And
But not even that. Like even if you're not even thinking about safety, you're stuck out in the middle of nowhere with a person that you do not like and you do not want to spend another minute with, and you've still got an hour to hike back.
So no hiking. That's the bottom line. No hiking on first dates. So what do you think is a good first date? Like aside from Nobu, which would be, but like, because like I have a rule where I do not, and this is after like 3 years of experience. I've done a lot of dates and I'm on a few of the apps. I do not do anything other than 1 hour, cup of coffee, or a glass of wine. Like that is it.
I always get sucked into like 4 hours, and then I'm like, this is too much.
It's too much. I've had a couple of those. I learned I'm older than
Yes. You need to be like short with it, have a plan, because it's the first date. Like you don't owe this person anything. Like you just met them. But sometimes I'm like, oh, get deep into the convo.
Yeah.
And I feel like the guy's always like hoping for a long date, but that's a good one. Coffee.
Coffee or like drinks.
And the thing is, like, if you really do end up liking that person, I'm not saying like there have been totally like like I have ended up then going to dinner or going for a walk, but like I don't commit to anything at the outset. Like, no commitment.
Yeah. I know.
To a haircut. How much?
Dates are scary.
They can be.
I like going with people I know, but then it's like, gosh, like working with, you shouldn't date people at work, but it's hard because it's like you're so comfortable with people and then you start to like them. And
Do
it's
you
like,
meet a lot of people organically, like through work? And
Yes, I've had some pretty good luck. That's what I bank on. So that's why I don't really do the Hinge.
I was gonna say maybe
Yes.
we need to learn from you.
You just have to hope it's like that magical meeting, and sometimes it does happen. Like I've met a cool guy at the beach. Literally, we were just like swimming together and like going kind of far out, and then he was just like, "Hey," and I was like, "Wow, this is really happening."
I'm actually, whoever that guy is, I'm very impressed.
Very, very impressed, and I admire you for doing that because that's a big deal to put yourself out there like that.
It is, yeah. And well, and I think people don't really meet organically anymore, and yet we all want to have that organic meeting.
No one wants to meet on a app really, and the organic's beautiful, but sometimes it's like it's hard when you don't want to date somebody at work, or you don't want to date somebody maybe in a group that you already kind of know. It's good to like move on, but sometimes we do get stuck in like the exes, or because it's comfortable and it's familiar. But there's so much better out there, honestly.
Amen.
Yes.
Okay, do you want to do a red flag? Do a first red flag?
You can go.
Okay, we're gonna pick a random card from the deck if I can get it. Natasha's gonna help me. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's see. Huh? I'm not sure how I would say that. Let's do a different one. Okay. So you sit down you have a good intro online, seemingly like the person, agree to meet for drinks. You meet at the bar because we're being safe and you're not gonna, have him pick you up on the first date.
Smart.
Smart, yeah. But then even after the texting back and forth, he then only, or she, he or she, only speaks Yoda. They do.
Yoda, like
Apparently, like from Star. No, I added to it,
So they only speak
like in Yoda speak.
like gibberish.
Yeah, like maybe they think they're being funny. I don't know.
Yes, I would probably like run away.
So red flag. Yeah.
Red flag.
Yeah. The what? Okay. Okay. So we were we watched this other YouTuber. She was talking about one of her previous dates, and she was at a date. It was a first date. The guy seemingly like, I think early 30s, doctor. On paper looked good. Like on paper, definitely like probably 7 or 8 out of 10. So promising.
Okay.
They then got to the, I don't remember if it was a restaurant or a bar. It basically like went downhill very fast. But one of the things he asked her to do to get to know him was to read his residency application dissertation. And it was like, he pulled it up on his phone and said, this is like a good way for you to get to know me. Will you read it? And it was, I mean, well, she said it was like 40 pages long. She was probably exaggerating a little bit, but even if it was like 4 pages long.
Oh, I would have wrapped that date up. That's weird. Yeah.
We agree.
No. Just tell me. Don't make me read something. Or when people like say too much, like, I've worked with this person and I've met this, and I'm like, how do you know every famous person and been every place? Or I love when the car's in the shop. Oh, my Tesla's in the shop. And I'm just like, what? Like, how many cars do you have?
I went on a date where we walked out of the restaurant. Like, we met there because it was a first date, and we walked out of the restaurant. And we start walking like towards my car because I just was naturally walking to where I had parked. And I was like, "Wait, where are you parked?" And he's like, "Oh no, I don't. I Ubered here." And I was like, "Oh, why did you Uber?" He's like, "Oh, I don't have a car right now."
Red flag.
Like, and date over.
Yes.
I'm sorry, we live in LA. If it was New York, I honestly probably would not care.
No, it makes sense, but I don't want to be like the mom picking you up. Like, what? No.
Totally. I met another guy online when I first went online. This is so probably about 2.5, 3 years ago now, where he lived in like, I live in the San Fernando Valley in Encino, and he lived in, I think, Century City, and he didn't have a car, but he was like, but it's no problem. I'm a big runner. I'm a big biker. So I take my bike and I run everywhere. And I literally was like, and then he was like, let's meet. Yes. He literally said, I will ride my bike. I'm like, so am I supposed to sit on the handlebars of the bike?
No.
And it was the same thing in my mind. I mean, clearly we didn't even get to like a first, we never got to even a first date, but.
I'm sorry,
yes.
I live like 4 blocks from Century City.
You still wouldn't. No, like you got to have a mode of transportation. And for me, it cannot be a motorcycle, which we talked about off camera. That's not my, you got to, in LA, you got to have, if you're going to date us, a Vespa.
I did. Eventually, we didn't finish that story, but I did have a Vespa for a while. No,
No?
in South Africa.
Oh, in South Africa.
And then I crashed it so badly.
See? They're so dangerous. Vehicles with, you what?
I slid.
They slid. That's the accident that I was driving a car and a motorcycle came, like I was at a T intersection waiting to turn right, and the motorcycle was going too fast that it literally, like when he tried to brake, and like there was a teeny tiny curve, but he tried to brake and he went down and he rolled one way and the motorcycle went right into my car. And like under that's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, are you ready for your next red flag?
Yes.
Okay, we'll
One
do
more red flag,
Okay.
and then I'll get to selling.
Okay, sounds good. Yes, well, yes.
So you're Good Day Live.
Yes, so we are on Good Day Live. We are on Sway TV on Amazon.
That's
Yes.
Where can I watch this later, or is it live and then done?
It's
you can go
no,
to
you can
SwayTV
Okay, let me write this down.
yes, SwayTVLive.com for those of you who want to know. And then we're live now, but we will be
That is so cool.
There
Yeah,
will be
so you can check it out.
There'll be a replay once we finish it.
yeah. And
screenshot
off
it
camera
and
we'll
post
give you
it.
our contact information and we can get our producer we'll get
They
you.
are 30 a bunch for the flowers. You want to do one? Really?
Okay,
yay.
so that's a good one. Okay. Okay. So he says, or she says, swears you look exactly like their sister and says that's a good thing.
Okay. I wouldn't be so weirded out about that because haven't you heard that guys, not in like a weird way, but kind of get attracted to like a mother, like their mom, like who looks like their mom. And it's like almost sometimes I get attracted to guys I almost look like. It's like you kind of like
You are
familiarity and like maybe, you know, they love their mom and then it's like, oh, this girl kind of reminds me of my mom, or it's weird, but it's just like what it is sometimes. So I would be like,
You'd be okay with
that's cute, yeah.
What about you? What do you think?
I've got such a cynical mind that
I do too. I do too. No, I'm with you. I'm totally with you. But again, I think it's based on like past experiences.
I don't know if it's based on. Oh,
For me, no, for me. That's
you know what? It could be based on experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for me would be a red flag. I mean, I think if like maybe a few dates in, he was like, you know, you really remind me of like your mannerisms are similar to, right? But if like right out of the gate, he was like, you are just like my sister, and I love it. It's a good thing. I'd be like, I mean, no, maybe not. Anyways, okay. Thank you so much for sitting with us.
So fun.
No, thank
I
you.
love it.
It was so fun having you on, and it was fortuitous and spontaneous, and your flowers are gorgeous, and we're going to take a bunch. So thank you so much, and our producer is going to bring them home to his wife.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I say the Instagram if anyone wants to follow?
For you to say
Okay.
the Instagram.
So-
where can people find you and your gorgeous flowers?
It's Tears of Joy Flowers on Instagram if you want to find me. I do arrangements, bouquets. I haven't yet, but I would love to. I've worked a few weddings for somebody else, but that's the dream.
Okay.
But yes, Tears of Joy Flowers on Instagram.
I love it. Just really quickly, is there a meaning behind the name that you sought? So tell us that story.
Yes. So my best friend passed away 3 years ago from suicide, which was really hard, and her name was Joy. And she literally is embodied joy, just everyone loved her, a beautiful girl. Yes, of course.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Thank
Mental health is so,
Yes.
it's something that we all really struggle with. And
Yes. And so she passed, and we actually were planning to move to LA together. So I'm kind of here because of her too, because I was like, let me still go.
this dream.
And we stayed in our first Airbnb, like on the street too, down here. And now I'm like, it's funny, I sell flowers here now. So it's, you know, it's been a hard 3 years, but now I'm finally kind of seeing the silver lining, you know, the lights at the end of everything. But I do this for her, and me and my ex, he was so creative. He helped me. He thought of the name Tears of Joy because it's like, and it's great because when you receive flowers, like you're so happy you could cry. And she was that feeling, like it was so powerful. And then she's, you know, when she left, it's like you still feel her. So it's like the perfect name for the flowers.
it is the perfect name. Absolutely love it.
Thank you.
That's
so
for
much. And
you.
let me get you your change.
Keep it. Yes, it's a donation in addition. So thank you so much for spending this time with us. And
Go watch it and post it.
yeah, please do.
I've never done this before. I'm like, I feel famous.
Thank you for joining us. Have a good rest of the day, and we hope you sell all of your beautiful flowers.
10 to go. Thank
Yes. Okay, that was so fun.
That was
And now I'm cold. So I'm gonna put my sweater
I'm
back
going to
on.
ask for my jacket. It might be this.
Yeah. Thank you. There you go, my dear. And all of a sudden the wind picked up and it just got a little bit chilly.
A little bit chilly. That's why you come prepared.
Uh-huh.
Come prepared. Just put it
Okay.
over like that.
Okay.
Awesome.
Felicia, look at these beautiful flowers that are coming your way.
Yes.
They're gorgeous.
They are gorgeous.
They're
They're very
beautiful.
pretty.
Tears of joy. Okay.
Go and follow Tears of Joy. Such a lovely story, and there is always that silver lining.
There's always, in every, and you don't always know or see the silver lining in the beginning. Like she said, it's been 3 years. She's just starting to feel
That
the
she's-
difference in her life. And it has taken time to get there, which it always does. It always takes time to